In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDriector, we'd like to show you two techniques you can use to make it look as though a vehicle is moving into a foggy area. We're going to use two different skills. One is we're going to do some color grading using keyframes. The other is we're going to bring in some particles and modify them to make it look as though the fog is closing in. Please look at the following example, and then we'll show you how to create this yourself. First thing I want to do is take this video. We're going to focus on the truck, but we'll back it up a little bit. And we're going to take the video and we're going to change the color. So I'm going to click on the clip and do some editing with color keyframes. One thing I want to change in my particular copy of PowerDriector 365 are the icons above the timeline. So I'm going to click on the little luggage at the far right and customize my toolbar. I click on that. And I want to make sure I have this one in the last column called keyframes checked. So I'll check it and click on apply. Now we're going to change some keyframes for color. So I click on the clip and then I click on the icon. It will open up the side panel and we can increase the size of it. And this will allow me to set some keyframes. Now I could adjust as many of these color adjustments as I want. I'm just going to do a few of them. I'm going to go all the way to the left. Now you can move the location bar by dragging it here or by dragging it on the screen or by clicking anywhere in the time code, typing in a number, let's say 5 seconds and 1 frame, and press enter, and then it will put it in that particular location. We're going to start all the way to the left. And we're going to experiment with a couple of them. Let's work on the brightness. I'll click the diamond on the brightness value to set a keyframe. I'll also use one for saturation. And let's use one for vibrance and highlight as well. And you can experiment with as many of these as you would like, or as few. Let's say we want to start out making even brighter here. So I'm going to take my brightness value as we start our clip, and I'm going to crank it up just a little bit. I'm going to take the saturation, make it a little more saturated so the colors stand out. You notice the rocks are going to become a little more brown orangish. And let's change the vibrance a little bit. The green's a little brighter, a little more intense, and let's change the highlights. So we're going to start out, and it's a very bright scene as we begin. And then what we're going to do is move ahead a bit. And then maybe around this corner, we're going to have it get darker. So I'm going to take these same values and tone them back a bit. We'll turn our brightness down just a little bit. There. You can see the difference there. We're going to take our saturation and make it a little less dense. And our vibrance. And you can adjust these any way you want. So I've got these values and they are changing. Let's take our highlights even back a bit. So it's just a little grayer, a little dimmer, a little darker. And you can modify these as many times as you want. Now, if you want to start all over again because you don't like your edits, it's hard to do from this screen, but I found a way you can. If you click on the eye in the track of the video itself, see I have color and light that I have adjusted. I can click on any one of them, and if I click on the back button, or if I uncheck this, it will remove all the keyframes, and you'll get a message to that effect. So if I click this one, it says, do you want to remove all the keyframes you put in? I'll say no, we'll leave them in for now. But that's the way in which you can change that. You also have a nice option on this screen to get a before and after. So this gives me my before, and this gives me my after. So this is how it's changed at this particular point. So there's some other things we can do. We'll go into that in a different tutorial. But I'll close that out. So now I've got my color modified So we're going to have this truck move into fog. So let's get to the frames where we have the truck coming here. and we want to bring fog in. So what I want to do in my second technique is work on an overlay, and I'm going to go into my particles area. I'm going to search my particles for fog. Just type in the word fog and press enter. Let's take the dense fog. We're going to drag it down to approximately this place in our video clip and put it on a higher numbered track. I'm going to extend it out beyond the end of the clip. Let's see what we can do to edit this. So I'm going to click on it and click on the edit button. I'll click on advanced particle editing. And I've made this full screen. There's a couple things we want to change. First of all, we notice in this one we have a particle 1. If we look in the upper left corner, we also have one called particle, and they're slightly different. So they've modified it by giving us two variations of the same element. Let's go clicking on particle. We'll edit that. I don't want it to start in the middle, because if I play here, it looks like it kind of emerges from the trees, and that's not what I want. So we're going to stop that, and we're going to go back to our editing on the clip. I want a different emit method. So the one I want, let's click here, and it has mask right now. I'm going to use line, and then I'm going to make the arrow. I'll drag the tip of the arrow and turn it down from an angle. And then I'm going to take the entire thing and drag it off the screen just a bit. Now when I do that, if I touch any part of this overlay element, I'm going to have this bar that I can see, so I can actually drag up and move it. So let's say this one's going to start up over here and maybe come in at this kind of an angle. So I modified that one. Let's go to the second one. I'm going to click on particle 1. We're also going to change this to a line. And in this case, we're going to come in from the other direction a little bit, move it off the screen, maybe kind of a little more straight down. Now we're going to modify them in different ways as well. So when I see what I have, let's play it. Okay, it looks a little more natural now, but there's some other changes we want to make. So we'll stop the video. And then I will turn the emit method, and we're going to change to the parameters. So here what I want to do is change the emit rate. I'm going to change it to a very low number. I'll just take 9 or 10. And then I have my max count. Anything in the low, and 10 to 20 will be fine. I'll put a 20 in there. And then the life, I want the life to be like 10,000. Something in that range, 10 to 12,000 is fine. And then I'm going to turn off in the bottom under fades, emitter fade out, and particle fade out. And so when I play this for this one, we're going to see it comes in a little more naturally, stays on the screen a bit longer, a little more dense. That's not bad. So what we'll do is we'll take the other one, particle 1, take the other one, and we're going to change those features. Again, let's change this emit rate to something like 9. And the maximum, let's go 20. We can vary these. I don't want them to be totally identical. And then we'll kick the life up to around 10, 11,000, something like that. And turn off the fade out. And see what that looks like when we play it. So we have these coming in over here. We have some other coming in from the right. And that looks a lot more natural. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Now one of the things I want to do when I'm done with that editing is I'm going to take this same thing. We're going to give ourselves some more room here. And I want to put it on other tracks as well. So I would do a copy and paste. Here I'm going to just make it longer. And I've done this already with multiple tracks. And when I go into each of these, let's turn on all the tracks, enable all tracks. What I've done is I've layered them, but I made each of them slightly different. So I'll go to this one, for example, and we'll click on the edit, and we'll go to our advanced particle editing. And maybe this one here, just to make it look a little more natural, I'll click on this one to get my sidebar. And let's move this one back over here and check our emit rate and our max count and our life. That one's way high. That's okay, and I don't think that will hurt. Okay, and we'll save that. We'll click on OK, and we've just varied that one. I vary when they come in, and I have them go out after the end of the clip because they tend to fade at the last few seconds. So let's see what this looks like when we combine all these layers of fog using this clip. The truck's coming in a second. We're going to see it come into the screen. And the fog starts. And we have layer after layer after layer. And it's getting more and more dangerous to drive. So that gives you an example of some of the ways in which you can create this kind of setting using two different skill sets in CyberLink PowerDriector.